Okay, so here we are. The bag is now lovely and clean. There are some, oh, there's damage to it. There are some stains to it, but it is definitely a lot better than what it was. And you can see on the inside, it was definitely a lot more orange than the outside because it's faded. So what I have to do now is to put in the new zipper, which I have here. Once I have sewn in the zipper, I'm going to be doing this by hand. I will then be dyeing the bag. So first of all, what I need to do is I've taken some card and I've kind of shaped it so I can lay it underneath, because I'm going to have to pin the zip in. And what I'm going to be doing is a kind of, well, not a kind of, is a back stitch. So what I need to do, if I do this side first, okay, is I'm going to put this over the zipper a little bit, and I'm going to pin it on no, I missed the zip there completely. Let's put that down a little bit. There we go. This will hold, yep, the zip into place for me. And what stitch I'm going to use on this is a back stitch. Zipper material is thick. I'm just going to move the card up a little bit to help me. And I've got the last one here. Okay, so that zip is now held into place. I can remove the card. As you can see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the thread through the edge of the zip. Like so. Now I can remove these pins as I go along, and what I'm going to do is just go in and out. Do this very carefully. Now I've used white cotton. It doesn't make any difference because I'm going to be dyeing this, so it doesn't make any difference. And then what I do is I go back from the stitch that came through and then back along. And go back. Through like so, and I just carry on with the rest of it. So I'm going to do this in fast forward, not to bore you to death. Okay, so that is half of the zip sewn in. Okay, my sewing isn't exactly completely straight, but it's all even there. And I will now be able to, oops. What have I done? Oh, I know what I've done, look. There we go. I will be able to open and close the zipper properly. So what I'm doing when I sew this in, I will sew this part shut so that it won't undo. I should have had a completely closed off zipper anyway, but it doesn't matter anyway, so I'll fix that. I'll remedy that by putting some stitches across it, and then I'm going to secure this part in here with some stitches. And I'm going to start on this end, and I'm going to work doing the other side so that we will have the bag looking like normal. So even if I wasn't going to be dyeing the bag, just snip off that bit of loose thread, it still looks pretty good. Doesn't look too obviously out of touch. It's matched it pretty well, but once I have got the bag dyed, the white stitching will completely disappear with the orange dye, and the bag should. Now this is a synthetic bag, and this dye that I have here, it doesn't say anything about synthetic or cotton. It's just fabric. Oh yeah, here we go, it does, yeah. Suitable fabrics, cotton, linen and viscose. Lighter shades will be achieved on fabrics, on wool, silk, polyester, cotton, polyester, viscose mixes. Not suitable, pure polyester, acrylic, nylon and fabric with special finishes. Wash separately for the first few washes. Oh. Oh well, it can but try. That's all we can do is try. At least it'll possibly get rid of some of the fading on it. Anyway, it's not going to look any worse than what it is now. Okay, so let me crack on with the securing of this zipper, and then I will finish off this, and then the excess bit at the top here, I will sew this in there as well. I will have to have the zipper open for when I'm sewing this part on, because obviously I can't get my hand in there because it's sealed here, and that is one tiny little hole, and not even I can get my fingers in there. So let me crack on. There we go. The zipper is now in. The back stitch is holding it perfectly. If you did want to really secure it in, you could go back over the entire edge, over the seam of the bag through here, but this is more than satisfactory. If I do find at some point in the future that I could strengthen it, or it needs to be strengthened, I've sealed up here as well, then of course I will go back and sew it in. But that is a really tough stitch, the back stitch, and that looks as good as new. Well, the zip anyway. It looks like it's always been there. The orange matches really well. I'm really pleased with it. I was a bit worried, but even if this doesn't dye very well, the bright orange of the zip is more on the inside, so that's all you can see really is the outside of it, so it looks really fine. I'm really pleased with that. That has come out really, really well. This bag is actually very tough. It's a very tough material, and yeah, it's come out. This, like I said, there's still all the stains on it, but it's 100% better than what it was. And now it's got the zip on it, so I can get access to it completely. I washed the bellows and the fill tube, so this fits onto here. You put your bag onto here, clip it on, and then this then slides in tight like so that I can put my bag over. You put the lid, I've got a rubber band thing that I can put around there, so it'll clip it on, and if you want to empty it, you can just take that off and empty it. But yeah, that's come out really well. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me for this part of the video. Stay tuned for the next part, which is going to be dyeing the bag. So until then, take care.